All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. Happy Sunday. Happy week before Christmas Eve thing. Um, it's December. Good morning, Greg. It's some build time here. Uh, we've got some snow. We've got some lights. We're gonna get to building here. So this is what we're working on today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Missy. Couple things really before started. We're working on the Jedi T-6 shuttle from Ahsoka. This is the second of two Lego sets that Lego's done that are the T-6 shuttle. Good morning, Vab. How are you? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'm working on my Heat Miser look from the I think it was Jack Frost or something. It's another Rankin Bass cartoon, but he's the Heat Miser. He's the enemy of winter. Real quick, before we get started here, AFall Day was pretty great. I got the Ghost, so we'll do the Ghost either this coming Thursday or next Sunday, which will be Christmas Eve. So I don't know. Yeah, it needs to be more orange and red, but yeah. I already got the ornaments. This was what you get for spending X amount of dollars. It is I don't know what it is really. It just says building toy, winter fun VIP add-on pack. There's actually a lot of pieces in here I might use for Horizon Zero Dawn. The leaves in there, the white leaves, some of the claws for maybe snow-capped stuff. Depending on what side, but there's some good parts in here. There's a guitar. It doesn't have any people in it, but it's got some good parts in it. It's got olive trees. I haven't seen that before, so not bad. And then always make sure to check your Costco's. We had somebody who found these for $20. So two of our lug members went out and grabbed a bunch of them, and we're going to do a draft with them in the first of the year. Also got a couple new flowers. So if we run out of time today, I can start on one of these flowers. This one was on sale, so it didn't count towards the VIP or the AFall Day discount. But the Ghost did 15 plus my points. I ended up paying $80 for it, so I feel like I got a pretty good deal on that. So anyway, we are building the T-6 shuttle, and we're on bag 3. So not a lot going on since you got all your Christmas gifts for your nieces and nephews. I realized that I could have got a bunch of like stuff for my coworkers. I could have got stuff for my family. It didn't even dawn on me to do that. I've generally stopped buying people Lego. Because I like it doesn't mean everybody likes it. And I've even had my kids give me back all the Lego that I've bought them over the years. Full marks on them for keeping it, like Rowan handed it back in individual Ziploc bags, right? They kept it really nice. So that was great. Means more Lego for me, but I also took that as a sign to like tone it back and be like, all right, I'm not going to give you guys, I've given the ladies a couple other things since then, and I may end up giving them my soccer stadium on top of it. They just may want the Rapino figure. So, but anyway, that's what's happening. Yeah, AFall Day was pretty good. It was a little light this year, I think, just because it's closer to the holidays. And it was also earlier. It was at 8 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. And I think a lot of people were probably shopped out a bit. They feel like they possibly don't. I know some people have expressed not disgruntledness, but they express not really finding value in the 15% off anymore. So they've stopped coming. They do come from a little farther away, and to load up the kids in the truck and everything, it's just not worth coming down to save 15% on stuff that they could get on Amazon for cheaper anyway if they just wait a little bit. So, but they're the ones that kind of shop. There's a couple of people I know that shop specifically, and they're the ones who found the deals at Costco. I just don't go to Costco. I don't go deal hunting. I just spend MSRP on Lego, and it's probably not the smartest thing to do, but that's what I do. So I wish I had a head for that kind of stuff where I could go, well, that's not a good deal. I'm going to wait, knowing that it'd be better to wait than it is to get the set right away. Because I feel like sometimes if I don't get the set right away, I'm going to feel bad about it. So the FOMO is real. Camera's a little, I'm going to turn this without screwing up too much. There we go. There's Merrick. I know we all had high hopes for Merrick, and it ended up being kind of a nothing character. Spoilers for those who haven't seen Ahsoka yet, but Merrick ends up not being as important as we all wanted him to be. But also, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be like Ezra. I think I would have rioted if would have got Ezra, but whatever. What I need to start doing, and maybe we can keep each other accountable for this kind of thing, is like look at what's available, make a list, just note the things that you want, and then like you don't have to get them right away, but keep that list and just keep a camel or whatever honey plugin you've got or whatever price monitoring thing that you've got going on, and just keep an eye on it. You know, every day check your prices and say, all right, well, am I willing to spend now? It's dropped 30%. Now it's dropped 40%. Do I get it now? Do I wait a little longer? You know, for me, I'm not buying stuff to make money, but it'd be great if I didn't have to spend so much. But also I do stuff like this. You know, if I buy a set that's a year old, does anybody care to watch it being built? You know, that kind of thing. But also I know I'm doing Lego design stuff, and that is not timeless, but it's also not time sensitive. So, you know, I don't know why I'm in such a rush to get some things built or some things added to the backlog. So, but the people who go out of their way to find good deals and buy several of them and maybe part them out or get the figures out of them and sell the rest, that just takes a special mindset. I just don't have that. I wish I did sometimes. I feel like if I was set up to do it, like if I started off one day just doing it, I'd be able to follow it. But it's the desire to want to just kind of get the newest thing. And I'm only like that with Lego. Like I don't care if I have the newest phone. I've got a almost 13-year-old car. I generally don't get like latest fashion trend clothes or anything. I have a PS5, but I think I got that like a year afterwards. So just Lego for some reason. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go get that, you know? Yeah. I mean, that'd be a cool thing. It's like, what's more important to me in what I'm doing here? Is it more important to learn new techniques? Is it more important to get new sets? Like the Ghost is a pretty new set, but it's not real new. You know, it's still a couple months old, I think, at this point. The T-6 is a couple months old. But I think I got a good deal on the Ghost. I'm pretty happy with that. So, and I apologize for the music. I've got 3 channels on. Oh, that was the other thing. What's another free music channel? I want to explore some streamable music channels because I'm stuck with ambient, classic piano, and yacht rock today. There's only 3 channels, and usually on Pretzel I'm able to do 8 channels. Like I can get some lo-fi or some EDM or something, but this is like yacht rock, classic rock, or piano. I'm like, really? So they're either trying to drum out all the freebie users, which I get, you know. So I may use Vab's technique and just download a bunch of stuff from another site that has royalty-free music. So I also don't have to worry about streaming the music as well. That also means like the music's always going to be kind of the same. don't know if I have the mental bandwidth to like go in and download new stuff every time, but I don't know. We're slowly approaching the time of the year where nothing is going to get done. And people are going to be stopping work. There's a lot of people in my office who have already kind of checked out. And I'm looking forward to being able to like work from this room instead. Just kind of have my laptop sitting over here. And do some like daily streams maybe. And like in the middle of the day, I'm going to freak out a lot of people by being on at lunch. But also get some sorting done. Get my parts ordered for my Horizon stuff. Start building that background. Just some kind of exciting couple weeks coming up. This is a great looking engine block. I love these, like, I don't even know what those are. They're not gears. They're just like Technic connectors, right? But they're like wheel connectors. They just look great as engine components, thruster components. I'm liking it. So what's everybody up to today? How's your day going? I have to remember this technique. I love these. Oh, that's not the one that I like. Never mind. I like these Technic hole 2x2 round bricks. Problem is you can't put anything through the bottom like a Technic axle. So, and usually what like I like to do. Yeah, that's gonna suck for you in the next to like the 28th probably, because people are gonna want to return stuff and people are gonna want to spend all their Christmas cash like right away. So between now and like probably next Wednesday or Thursday is gonna suck, or start sucking anyway. That's a great little turret on the back. I love that little gunner turret. So AFL Day was great. I was able to talk to one of the employees. He's not the manager, but he's also kind of a longtime friend of the group. About getting builds into their space. And I think nice 1x5 white. I think we're aiming for March, so I'm going to email the group today and say, here's what we have in place. We're waiting on measurements, but base plate don't go above like 3 or 4 inches, and here's the theme kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited. It works, and I have added and deleted stuff already. Figured if I get enough music downloaded and put on random play, I will not have to worry much. I really wish I could just get... I really wish I could just play the 2 bands that I really like. That's all I want. I don't have to put too much thought into it. Oh, this is definitely a... this isn't yacht rock. This sounds like Stevie Ray. For those of you who are not from Texas. I guess Stevie Ray's famous kind of everywhere, but he's really famous here in Austin. Walking the tightrope. Yesterday we drove around. Our friends and I and Beth, the 4 of us, baked cookies. And that's something I did since Thursday. Baked some cookies. And we drove around and delivered them to our friends. Said Merry Christmas. Um, it's something a couple of our other friends did over the years, and we're like, we should do that one year, and so we did. So one of our friends made two kinds of cookies, and I made two kinds of cookies, and then we drove around yesterday afternoon delivering them. It was fun. I made my mom's recipe for ginger drops, which are like ginger snap cookies. They're thin, about that big, very ginger snappy. They're very good. Made a ton of them, and the recipe makes a huge amount. And then I also made pfeffernusse. If you're not familiar with pfeffernusse, it's kind of a Christmas cookie, and it was one I remember from my childhood, mostly by name. I started making it, and I realized that I don't know that I actually ever ate this cookie before. My mom would make these cookies, and I thought they were like these dome cookies, and they were soft, and they were very gingery and molassesy, but they weren't ginger snaps, right? They were. I thought that's what was called a pfeffernusse cookie, but it turns out pfeffernusse cookies are like these little bitty, kind of crunchy on the outside, a little soft on the inside, dusting of powdered sugar, or you could glaze them with other things, a frosting maybe, or like a sugar glaze. But then they're made with like a million spices, including pepper. And pfeffernusse is German for pepper nuts, so they look like little knots, like acorn size. They puff up a little bit, but they're also full of like cardamom and nutmeg and ginger and cinnamon. I think that's it. And then you put anise in it, right? And anise is licorice, basically. It's like black licorice. And Missy knows about this. I was up real late making those because the first batch I misread tablespoon as teaspoon and ended up putting 2 tablespoons in. Or no. The problem is, yeah, so I thought it said tablespoon. So I was like, and I don't have a tablespoon. We lost our tablespoon somewhere. But I have a bunch of teaspoon measurements. So I put 6 teaspoons, thinking that there's 3 teaspoons per tablespoon. So I put 6 teaspoons in of anise. And I'm like, this seems like a lot. Like it's boozy and it's like it's a good smell in small amounts. It's not a great smell all the time. So I was like, well, maybe it'll bake off a little bit. So I mixed it with the flour and I mixed it with the dry ingredients. And first of all, this recipe was terrible. It had me mix the extract into the dry ingredients, which made some of the flour clump up. So then when I made the dough, I got all these little pebbles of flour in there. I'm like, this is dumb. This is really dumb. Hello? Oh, it's you. Okay. I don't know. I thought you were asleep. That's why I asked. I don't know. Could be somebody coming in through the garage that we don't know has a code. Rowan, you don't look in here. Nah, I almost gave it to you last night. Yeah, I'd take another coffee. Yes, please. I think it's dolce. Dulce sounds Spanish. Dolce sounds Italian. And they're taking stuff from Italian coffee things, so I would think it's dolce. But it's 1C, so I don't know. I don't know. What say you, chat? Dolce, dolce or dulce? I don't know. So yeah, so heavy on the cinnamon flavor or the licorice flavor. So I brought some to Beth, and I was like, just the dough. I was like, taste this. Tell me what you think. She's like, oh, it's pretty good. And she goes, oh wait, no, that's a lot. I was like, yeah, all right. So I had to throw that away and start over, which meant I had to go back to the store and get more flour and nutmeg because I used all my nutmeg and I was going to run out of flour. Turns out, didn't even open the other flour packet. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. But I still needed nutmeg. So I made these, and the dough was dolce. You think dolce? Okay. Yeah, I think Che too, Dolce. Um, the dough was real pebbly, right? It wasn't like dough; it was like crumbles of dough. So I was like, I don't think this recipe is very good. I mean, the cookies ended up, so I had to like form them really, like really smash them down into little balls to get onto the pan. Um, and it doesn't say specifically to bake it on on parchment, but the picture says parchment, so I put parchment down. They should specify that because sometimes it's better to bake it on just a baking sheet than it is to put parchment down, or have it ungreased or not ungreased. So the recipe was a little dodgy. I'm assuming. Yeah. So I might do these again next year and use same recipe but adjust it a little different. Put the anise in with the wet ingredients first, which is like molasses and butter and shortening. What was the other? Honey. That was the other thing. So it was good though. And then we had a good time driving around. And then we went to a Venezuelan restaurant for lunch. That was very, very good. It was a good day. So this is the integral part of this build is these giant gears, because the ship has a big wing. The wing rotates around the ship. The wing rotates like this, and this and the cockpit don't move. So you have to come up with a. Are you driving to get it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because I'm using my app.
Yeah.
Because I already have money on my app, so that way I don't have to spend extra money.
Well, good for you. At least you're going somewhere.
And I can use my stars.
Yep.
Yeah, I just pre-ordered it.
Did you get another egg bite?
Of course I got egg bites.
Well, how about when you come in, bring all the wrappers with you? 27 egg bite wrappers out in the car.
They're so good.
All right, I'm not putting a sticker on this, but there would be a sticker here. There's not many stickers in this set. If I can find, because I jammed it in here somewhere. I also need to figure out what I'm going to do with all these instructions, because I've got a ton of instructions that I don't need. I'm not keeping. Yeah, we talked about this. Just a couple. Here's a couple that are take the place of greebling. And then a couple of big things for the wings on one side, probably, because they're not going to decorate the other side, which is frustrating. Yeah, so there's that. And then this. It's a good way to hide some build thing. That's a pretty good technique. I'll show you that again. You can see it on the instructions, but so you got that Technic mess right in there, right? This is just a claw on a bar, and it goes in that little Technic pin right there, and it hides it pretty well. It's snug enough. See, here's the thing: if you're gonna greeble that, there's ways to greeble that. Like this guy, you could put a 2x3 plate on there and then put some greebles on it. Some more vent plates, a couple like 1x1s with the bar sticking up. It can be done. So it's not like it's impossible to actually make this look good without stickers. Just keep that in mind. It wouldn't be as flush, but that's okay. You could still get away with like maybe 2 vent plates and then a couple things right here and still be the same level. So what's one of your favorite parts? The claw? I think a claw is great. It's a bar it can attach in many different fashions, and then it's got something it can grip on. So yeah, if that's what you're talking about, I also agree. Unless you meant the shield. Shield's also pretty cool. I think is an underused piece in some of my techniques. This guy's pretty good. I like it. It's not called a shield either. I don't know why. It's actually a 2x3. It's only 2x3. You can see. 2x3. But still, very cool. Very useful. This music isn't too bad. It keeps things moving. All right, there you go. So yeah, what do y'all got planned today? Present wrapping, shopping, chill, watch some sports, watch some movies. I got Beth to finally watch The Crown, so we're getting through The Crown. I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because everybody says watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's a new show coming out called Rebel Moon that looks kind of fun. Vab, I don't know if you've seen this. It's on Netflix. It looks interesting. Looks like something I'd be interested in. That comes out on the 20th, so in a few days. Wrap more gifts tonight. I need to. So I do a thing every year, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I need to figure out how to do this year. First of all, I need to get the ladies their gifts, and I don't know what to get them yet. But I do a thing where this is the only time I draw anymore. Is if somebody asks me to do something for them, like a little cartoon, or at the holidays where I wrap everybody's present in brown packing paper, and then I draw on it, and it's usually some sort of cartoon or symbol kind of related to the present, but enough to that it doesn't give it away. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. I've got time because we're not doing anything till Saturday, but I've got a week. I've got to get Ron and Greg's things done, the ladies' things done, and Beth doesn't get anything. She's getting a car detailing, and she knows that. She asked for it, so that's what she's getting, and that's hard to wrap. So maybe I'll get it done and put a big bow on her car, like in those commercials that are very realistic, where people buy each other cars for the holidays. Thank you, Toyota. Doesn't make any sense at all. All right, so there's bag 3 is done. We're on to bag 4. Right on schedule. This bag will have us see. Oh, okay. My brain is hurting. It's Ahsoka, but it's after Ahsoka. But it's after Return of the Jedi, right? So this is. Oh, it's Sabine. I'm like, who's the Mandalorian in the Ahsoka show? Ner. I saw the helmet, and she hardly ever wears a helmet in the show because famous people, you got to see their face, which is why I like the Mandalorian so much. I was like, I know it's Pedro Pascal, don't care. I'm glad he has the helmet on all the time. I think that's great. All right, y'all. How many of these packs do we have floating around now? From getting all the clone troopers and Mandalorians with their rangefinders. So many little bags of rangefinders and visors. Cotton simulating suds and slap a bow on them on her. Yeah. That's a good idea. The guy hasn't returned my call though, so I'm a little worried that he's like busy over the holidays and can't do it. Which would be a bummer. Because I was like, hey, Tuesday of next week works great for me. Never heard back. And here's my thing. If you have a website that you've set up with a business, and I'm going to put her hair on her. And your business website has a form that says contact us and fill out this form, and then you never answer those, worthless business. Stop it. I don't know why people do that. If you're never going to check those emails, if you're never going to check the forms, don't even bother. it's so frustrating to go, okay, I contacted them and then never hear back from them. Why bother? Why even bother? I don't like that they've got her with a lightsaber or pistols. It's like, give her one of each. Why not both? So there's Sabine with her purple hair. I'm an old man complaining about forms and stuff. Can I turn this around more? Sorry, give me 1 second. That's so in the way. So, there we go. With her purple hair. Focus. There we go. Not bad. Kind of colorful-ish patterns on stuff. And here's her helmet. Sort of colorful patterns on the helmet, too. The painting. Focus. Why are you not focusing? Dummy. Okay, there we go. You can see the painted patterns. That's one thing I wasn't really happy about with the show and Sabine in general in the show is that I'm going to put her over here by Ahsoka. Is that compared to Clone Wars, she was very toned down. Like the whole artist thing was very, this wasn't bright at all. Suddenly she went into like all brown, which I kind of get at the end of Rebels. She was wearing something like that, but this was really toned down. I was kind of bummed about that. So anyway, yeah, now I have to call the dude and be like, hey, I sent you a form last week. Did you get it? I'm kind of, do you have any openings this week? Because last week I did it early, thinking I could get it done for this week. Now that you don't respond, and if you're busy, say on your website, update your site and say, we've got a lot of requests this time of year. Please be patient with us. It'll take us a few days to get in touch with you. Something. Well, I think half the time people just set up the site so there's a presence and all they do is phone stuff. And it's fine. But don't even put anything up. Just say, call me, here's my number. Which I hate doing. I hate calling people. I just hate it. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a Gen X thing or what, but I spent so much time on the phone as a kid. You would think I'd be fine with it. Now, as an adult, but now I'm like, oh God, don't make me call anybody. Some weird imposter syndrome fear or something. I don't know what it is. It's dumb. If there's one thing I'd go to therapy about, it's my fear of phones. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens to you? They hang up on you? That's literally the worst thing that could happen to you. In reality. Like, imagined, I'm sure they scream at me for the rest of time and then make my life a living hell afterwards by finding out where I live and stalking me and ruining my reputation as a human being. But that's not really what's going to happen. They're just going to say, hang up. Anybody else get that? Anybody else get like phone stress? Let's talk about that. It's good mythical morning here with Ben. Let's talk about that. Yeah, they never use it. But I mean, it's not worthless to me. I still would love to be able to fill out a form and then send it off and then wait for them to contact me. That's how I want the world to work. I am interested in giving you money. Please reach out to me at your earliest convenience. Apparently they don't want my money. And it sucks because I think it's a kid here in our neighborhood. So I have a feeling it's just a kid doing work and doesn't realize that he's got a website out there. Like his parents help him set up a site or I don't know. That's all done. More stud shooters. If you like stud shooters, these last couple sets are the ones for you. They're just chock full of stud shooters. So I don't hate talking on the phone. Like if it's like our vendor and they're calling me, if it's our managed service provider and it's calling me, I don't mind talking to, like, if I see, I'll answer and go, hey, what's up? And we'll talk. I don't mind having to call people like that in a work capacity sometimes. Sometimes if it's a new call, I'm like, if it's people I know, I'm like, all right, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah. I do too. What did I miss up here? Put that on wrong. That's why. Okay. It's like, that is not flush, whatever that is. Big old modified tile. Not putting a sticker on it. Y'all can suck it. Lego. I'm not putting stickers on. And this doesn't have to be a sticker. You could have put a couple plates in there to make this shape. It takes, you get a corner wedge or corner modified tile, or you get a modified tile here, a modified tile here, a long plate, and then like a couple wedge pieces right there, and you're done. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is with. It bothers me. I'm just going to complain about this set so much because I know it's going to be underdone on one side. We've got your Pink Floyd background music here. I don't know if you can hear that. Imagine being able to listen to Pink Floyd while you did Lego. That'd be rad. My brother would watch. He's a huge Pink Floyd fan. See, they're putting tiles in here. You could have just put this as a plate and put some triangle tiles on there. I don't understand. Although 2x3 dark red tiles. That's exciting. This is a good bunch of pieces. If you're ignoring a lot of the gray, there's a lot of good dark red here. So. Yeah, see, they're going to build this whole thing out. It's going to look great. Really? So, like, it's real bad for you. There's a couple things in my life where I get to the point where now I'm just like, it's the mentality of it's already done. Now I just have to go through the steps to do it. So don't freak out so much. And it just kind of gives me the impetus to go, all right, just step one, here we go. And that's usually the first phone call. So this is going to look really weird without this sticker on here, but what are you going to do? Yeah, because they have dark red corner tiles, which is exciting. Oh, excuse me. All right, I'm not going to lie, that looks pretty cool on that one side, at least. There's nothing under here. ELO? Steve Miller? Trying to think of who this is supposed to sound like. What the what? Oh. That's fair. Yeah, vets I don't have a problem with usually, and vets I like. I feel like with vets, I'm not the subject of the call, and I'm really worried about my animals, so I don't stress as much for that. Whereas if I were to call a vendor because we're having a technical problem or I want to get information about something, I freak out about that for some reason because I think that's about me. You know, it's about something I need. Let's see. Trying to think of anything that's going on in the world that's fun to talk about. Yeah, I do that too, Vab. Where you're like, well, nope, I didn't mean to be in this menu. All right, well, we've got a lot of extra pieces here. We've got a gun. We've got a nice corner tile there. Pip, lightsaber, extra stud shooter, trigger. Nothing really to write home about. But we get to attach this to that. Nope, that's not it. Where do we attach this? Oh, into the ring. Makes sense. All right, you can see. So you can already see that's going to rotate around, and then this axle is going to be attached to the front part of the ship. So. Yeah. All right, a little ahead of schedule. We might be able to build some plants after this. Yeah, I have to keep a finger up. If you'd like to talk about your whatever, press 1. If you need to talk to, if you need to do a thing, press 2. And I always am like 2. 2's the one I need. And then I get to the end and I was like, what was, then I need 2. So I hit 2. But also, like, I hate the ones where he goes all the way through. You're like, well, none of those seemed applicable. So, and there wasn't, in order to talk to somebody. So then I'm like, Liam Neeson. There's a Ross Marquand. He's an actor, impressionist. He does these things called nano impressions on, I think it was like Vogue or Vox or something. I think it was Vogue magazine. They do like small interviews or small bits with people, and his was nano impressions. And his Liam Neeson was Liam Neeson stuck in a phone menu, and he's just going, operator, representative, operator, you know? I was like, yeah, we've all been there, buddy. All right, second wing, same as the first wing. Right, yeah. Well, no, maybe I need that one. Maybe I need this one. And I'm sure once they get through, oh, the customer service reps are like, this. The first thing they hear is like, I couldn't find what I needed to in the automated service. I'm sorry. And I feel like such an old man complaining about it too. But so I don't know. Maybe I'll call that dude today and be like, hey, what's up? I need to get my car detailed. I'm willing to spend monies. It's going to be kind of a busy week, though, because I'm going to try to get a couch. My friend's got a couch that I've been putting off trying to get forever because I've been waiting for friends who have a truck to help, but they keep not being available, or I keep not being available. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and rent a truck for $20, and then just go get it, and then put mine out on the curb and be like, buy nothing group. Here's a couch, come get it, or I'll just call the city and have them come pick it up. There's nothing wrong with the couch, just old. It's like the frame's still good. Just kind of old and frumpy. And then I've got a box of toys. We have a toy museum in Austin. And I contacted them and was like, look, we just went through some cleaning and I got a box of toys I don't want anymore. They've just been sitting on a shelf collecting dust, and like I keep it because I like looking at them, but lately I was like, I don't like looking at them anymore. This is areas that could be taken up with like Lego. So do you want them? I'm like, yep. I was like, now some of them aren't in great condition. They're like, we'll restore them. And then the guy was really cool. He was like, hate it. Then he said in his email, I noticed that you have a listing for Rebrickable. We also do a Lego thing, if you'd be interested. So I told him I don't have any like retail, like sealed boxes to sell or anything. He said, no, we're doing more like, oh goodness, what happened? Like a Lego city. So if you've got extra Lego or something, I was like, oh, that's not happening either. I don't have extra anything. I mean, I probably do, but I'm not gonna give just random people Lego out of my stuff. I'm gonna raise no fool. Keep on my Lego. Keep it till I die, and then Beth's got to deal with it. Here, babe. Have fun contacting the lug and telling them about my 70 years worth of collecting Lego. There was a guy in our lug that passed a couple years ago, and I don't know what happened to his collection. Like we got an email from his widow that he had passed kind of suddenly too. Like he was my age, probably younger, and he just passed like overnight kind of thing. I don't know, heart attack. And so I was like, and I emailed her back and said that if they, I was like, if I told them, I don't know them very well, but if they needed help with their Lego, like to be able to donate it or something, and you need help going through it, it's like the lug is at your disposal. We'll go through it and price it and bag it up and give it to kids or whatever. Hi. So it was funny because she was sitting here and she heard you pull up, and then she jumped out of here and knocked a bunch of stuff over and ran that way. Almost like, I can't be back here. I can't be over here.
Funny.
She's adorable. Yeah, she is. Yeah, no such thing as extra Lego. Just Lego you haven't gotten to yet. We're talking about what you're going to have to do with all my Lego once I die. Yeah. You have to call Will.
You have to call the lug and just be like, everyone come over.
Yep. Free for all. Come get what you want. Meanwhile, I'm looking in from the afterlife going, no! I still want all of it. Bury me with it. Chris Coquinos liked my video. Yeah, bring back the Egyptian practice of being buried with all your stuff. That's actually a pretty good thing, because it's like nobody else wants it. Bury it. What can go wrong with burying plastic? I mean, come on. It's so environmentally friendly. Oh, that was another thing. The news came out last week that wasn't really news because we all kind of knew that they'd stopped trying, but there was an official report about Lego not switching their base plastic to something more environmentally friendly. And it's kind of like, yeah, well, plastic is like, it's like Iron Man not being a weapons dealer anymore. It's like, it's kind of your whole company, man. What are you going to do if you can't make stuff out of plastic? You're a company that makes stuff out of plastic. But I think Johnny said the technology's just not there yet. They'll keep working on it. This isn't adult rock. Or this isn't yacht rock. I wish I could just listen to surf rock all the time. I'd be... Oh, by the way, Beth's brother, Damon Brazel, has an album coming out. Hey, Beth? Is Damon's album out? Is Damon's album out yet? Okay. So, I'm going to be spamming everybody I know with Damon's album when it comes out. This reminded me of it, the surf rock. He plays a bit of surf rock stuff. And it's going to be an eclectic taste. He plays ukulele. He's a big fan of horror comics. And I think his music is going to be kind of, if you're a fan of Dr. Demento, you might be a fan of this. But it's like kind of surf rock sounding music. Little on the weird side. But, you know, if you've got $15 or $20 or whatever, you don't mind supporting an artist, I will put links out when it comes out. Should be soon. I know they're done recording it, and he's released a couple singles. It was a very big deal for him to get a label. So yeah. Was anyone aware of the Twitch terms of service kerfluffle that happened recently? I think there was something about redefining nudity or redefining adult content, and for like a hot second, Twitch was nothing but like oiled up people. And then they quick changed back to whatever. I was like, whoa. I haven't watched a whole lot on Twitch lately. And I don't do TikTok live either, so I don't know what I've been watching. I've been watching Vab and Johnny mostly on YouTube live. Stands on its own recognizance at the moment. Pretty stable. But it's swivelly, so you got to be careful while you're building this next bit. I think the weather's going to be nice enough today where I could probably mow my backyard. It needs it. I know it's December, but it's been needing it for a while. But it just kept raining. So I might give that a go this afternoon. Yeah, I haven't been on to stream in a while either. Okay, now this looks nice. I will say this looks nice up top. The top part of the wing looks great, right? It looks really nice. The problem is that's not the only side we see. And you only see it when it's landing. So, kind of frustrating, but I don't know that Lego cares all that much. They've not done the undersides of things for decades now. Not since early days of Star Wars have they, like, remember the Gungan sub, which is completely flat on the bottom? Yeah, it was less than 24 hours they switched it back. Goes together pretty well, but I mean, look at that. That's the top. That's the bottom. It's so ugly. And the rest of the time we're going to be spent building the cockpit. So that's done. What's up, Mayo? So here's the thing. You're flying. Looks great, right? But if you're flying, if you look on the other side, ugh. So disappointing. One more tile. So now, because we had an extra, now we have 2 extra tiles. Nice. How's life, Mayo? Yeah, we're definitely going to be able to build some flowers here in a second, because this is going to be a small bag. There are only 6 bags in here? This cockpit's going to be really small. Mayo, are you near a Lego store? Where are you in Australia? Don't even think I knew that. This cockpit is going to be about as big as a microfighter. And it's going to be put together about as fast, too. Oh, my Lego store is 30 minutes away. 20 if I go there Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning when nobody else is awake. I was just wondering if you'd done any, if they had a AFOL day at your Lego store. And if they did, if you partook and got anything on your discount. So this next week, I will be working with Vab and Johnny to figure out how to do our giveaway charity stream, because I want to be able to, we'll have to use Restream's website unless I sign up for like StreamYard between now and then and figure all that out. unless they offer something better, or maybe pay a one-time monthly thing to get Restream Pro, like $20, and see about what their Pro Tools will offer. Basically, what I want is overlays to show, and this may be just through YouTube too. I'm going to do some research to show when people have donated, so I can keep track, and then have like a kind of a running total. Because I know there's stuff you can do in OBS, but then I don't know how to allow everybody else to join while I'm on OBS. What I could probably do is inject OBS into Restream as a virtual camera. I think we did that before. And then have all the overlays on that, but then it becomes like I'm streaming into that, and that becomes just my screen. It doesn't become everybody's screen. So I don't know yet. But yeah, I want to be able to allow people to donate, and then be able to quickly kind of show a spinning wheel and say, all right, shortly before that, it's like, now I know who to put into the spinning wheel. And then we spin it, and then those people get, or that person gets a prize. Australia only has certified stores, so I only go there when I need pick a brick for mocks. I buy sets online from other department stores, not a lug, but the lug nearby me posts about lug day. Okay. I need 1,000 subscribers before I shave my mustache for charity. Good luck, man. It's going to take me another 5 years to get 1,000. I wish you the best. You get more subs if you post videos versus just live content. So as long as you're still posting videos, you should be good. So they're not Lego brand retailers. They're not LBRs. They're certified Lego somethings. Meaning they're their own store, but Lego certifies that they sell with them and they're okay to sell. I think we've got it like a bricks and minifigs are generally like that, right? Aren't those certified Lego retailers or whatever? Extra moon-shaped tile, and then we're all done. Yikes, I missed a couple steps somewhere. Yeah. Where did I miss that? Oof. I was just going to compliment them on having such a streamlined little canopy, and then I realized that it was... Right, that makes more sense. All right, so here we go. We're all done. It's 11:10, so we're going to make some flowers, too, after I'm done complaining about this ship. So, good construction. Like, it's pretty solid. It's not going anywhere, right? The The wing rotation is fine. This, you know, the look is good. It looks good. It matches the ship from the show. It kind of feels like it's. These are landing gear down here. You can kind of open these up to be landing gear, so it's a little more stable, right? What I don't like is there's no way for the wing to lock, really. So you can. It's a little floppy. And then you have to remember to close the landing gear before the wings come up. But that looks good. That looks terrible. Looks just. I mean, all it takes really is you've already got. Here's the thing. The gray layer right here is the same level as the gray layer right here. So on this side, you've got an extra layer of plates and tiles, right? If you're looking at it, this side sticks up a little bit because you've got an extra plate in here. The only thing you have over here is this sticking up. There's no reason you can't do some curved slopes under here and some more wedge plates along here to make this look the same. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. I don't get it. The ship, it flies like this. So it needs to look. What the heck? What the heck? It's not always going to sit like this. What happens if it lands like that? It's just. Anywho. Mind the dust, but here's the. Yeah, I think I can dust this off a little bit. It's been sitting over there. So. I need to get a brush on some of this, but here's the previous one. Okay, size wise, has a little landing gear that comes down under there, right? So you can sit. Now, I have gone through here and done some changes. So. This kind of stuff in here, the engine block looks really nice. The engine block looks really, really nice. Did I miss a triangle piece on the end? Where did I miss it? Next to the 2x3. Oh. You're right, they weren't extra. Missed that completely. Thank you. Thought they may have been extra. Sometimes you get extra. Good call. So the engine block is really great. The engine block's great. I love the little clear things here like windows. Everybody hydrate. I like the tail gunner. The tail gunner's cool. But that was part of the show that wasn't in the original cartoon. We didn't see that there was a tail gunner. We didn't see a whole lot of this ship in Clone Wars, right? Has some rear firing guns here, and that's just because that's what we see. Looks like there's some more stuff here. This is a very defensive shuttle because it's a Jedi shuttle. What I don't like necessarily, first of all, it's a little front heavy, right? It tends to tip over when it's landed. Because the landing center of mass is like right here. And the actual center of mass is probably about right here. So it tips forward when it lands. A little bit, right? Yeah, even with the landing gear out, I don't know if it's supposed to go more forward than that. You could make it go a little more forward. And that would probably be all right. It doesn't say to do that in the instructions. But whatever. Then you can open up, you got some cargo space in there. There's a little playability if you wanted. It says here, some stuff. You can store lightsabers. You can do whatever you want, right? Fine. So it looks great from this angle. The wing is not very stable. It's very loose. Versus, this is the previous one. The wing is very tight. Once you rotate it, it stays in that location. When it's landed, it doesn't tip forward. You can put, the downside of the old one is you can only put Ahsoka in the front. Whereas this one, you can put 2 people in it. But the downside is you got to take the canopy off, right? And so I've got 2, I don't even know what this guy's name is, but you can put 2 figures in there, right? So I could put Hu Wang in here. Hu Yang. I can never say that name right. Hu Yang. And Ahsoka. That would be great. But you do have to take the canopy off. So I guess that's whatever. I think I took one of these off. I forget. But again, there's stickers that didn't go on either of these, so that might help with some of the things. The engine block's a little different. I kind of like the newer one a little better. I just like the cone look a little more than these. The engine block looks great, but it's just kind of unfinished. The biggest thing is there's this thin stripe going down the middle that gives the indication of a stripe on the outside of the wing, like the ship actually has, versus just a big hollow nothing in the wing here. Okay. Also, when you flip the wing over, it doesn't lock into place, but it stays pretty well, right? And I've also gone back and finished some of this. Like there's still some, like right here, and some sticker stuff that you can put in here that'll fill that in. But I tried my best to. There's a couple of pieces right here I can go through and make it work a little better, right? I don't know what these are for. Whatever. But you know, I tried to mimic the other side. So if you're looking at it, one side, it looks similar. It's not exact, but it looks similar. So that wasn't built like that. And you can do the same thing with this one. You can just add, you can get a whole other set to get the right number of red plates and finish the bottom side. Because gross. That is so gross. Just went browsing at Disney Plus and they have the Home Alone movies. I'm going to have a happy holiday now. Very cool. So that's it for this. I honestly don't know, unless you really want these figures. This probably isn't going to be for everybody. This isn't going to be a set everybody wants. I liked it with the white and red better. I think white and dark red would have been the best. I think that even the light gray doesn't make it look quite right. But I mean, what do I know? Right, so now that's out of the way. I don't think there's much playability under the wings. It's hard to get under there. So you've got that. So I'm going to move this over here for now, along with extra pieces. I always consider the studs that you shoot to be extra pieces because I'm never going to shoot those. And the figures will come over here. Anyway. Yeah, 100%. They need inverted tiles. They need, I mean, in a couple of spaces, you could use inverted tiles. Even if you did, because this is a mix of tile and plate. You can do a mix of tile and plate under here. Just double this up. Put it along here. These 2x4s act as, you know, you can get inverted 2x2 tiles. You can get those here with the 2x3s and just put another plate next to it. Like, I don't understand what the holdup is. I really don't. Or, like you said, there's got to be a way to build this wing twice and have it joined. There's got to be a way. The people at Lego are very smart. They know how to build certain things, and I don't understand, other than just keeping the piece count down, why you wouldn't do that. Why you wouldn't have the exact same wing on either side. Because then it doesn't matter how you land. You can spin it any way you want. Okay. I love this ship. This is one of my favorite ships. I think it's B-Wing and then the T-6 in terms of the ships of the Star Wars universe that I like, and I'm constantly disappointed by what Lego does with it. So I might end up paying the money or doing it myself. Do like a UCS version, right? And just figure it out for myself. It would be huge. Probably as big as the B-Wing, if not bigger. But yeah, I really like the ship. I think it's a unique design. I think it's a lot of fun to look at. And I just wish it was designed better. So, Lego has a few new-ish flowers. I think these are the new ones. And I think these are the ones that were on sale because they've been around a while. I forget which one's which. 40461. Yeah, so these are the older ones. These are the new ones. So let's build the old ones first. I'll be right back. Got the botanicals all over the house in different locations, top of bookshelves, middle of the table, hanging on walls. And I've got a vase for these guys, and so I'm hoping these will go in there too. So we'll have to see. They look like they might. So let's do these first. And then we'll call it a day. What a day. Giga Chad is my new father. I don't even know what that means. I know who Giga Chad is. Just I'm surrounded. I can't function. I agree with you, Vab, but we're also adults talking about Lego versus them trying to get money out of parents with kids who have Lego, who want Lego. So I know you and I will always like the newer pieces that are better for building adult stuff. But I don't think that's where Lego's going to go. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we get more weird little, oh, I don't want that, molds for 4+ sets, which isn't an older thing. It's a relatively new thing. I think just a couple years ago they started doing it. They've always had young-ish sets like Duplo and then System and some lesser System pieces, but I don't think they've ever done as much as they've done with the recent 4+ sets, Batman and Star Wars and stuff. But I agree about having more available inverted pieces so for stuff like that. It's just, it would create such a good environment for creative building and stop people from having to figure out how to mirror stuff from one side to the other. Spending all that engineering time trying to figure that out. Bless you. Oh man, these are really cool pieces. And they're going to be locked in these flowers forever. Because once I put flowers together, I don't take them apart. This would be great to get a couple more of these sets for these pieces, but in general, the flower sets stay together. I'm loving this. Like, it's like, what's that movie with Billy Crystal and, uh, well, there were two. I feel like there was one with Billy Crystal and, oh, what's his name? They were a buddy cop movie. He's the tap dancing guy. Oh, here you go, James. There's your T-6. Smaller than the original one. Real quick recap for James. It's smaller than the original. I brought the original out for a hot second. The wing is loose. The original is a little stiffer, so it doesn't like do this kind of thing, right? You really have to move it. The canopy's smaller. This canopy only fits one person. The other canopy fits two. They're staggered, but they fit two. The original was white and red instead of light gray and dark red. I think the perfect combination would be white and dark red. But we haven't seen that yet. This is utterly filthy. This is just dumb. The lack of attention to detail on the undersides of things is what kind of we were talking about with Lego needs to set the juniors line aside and actually start printing better inverted pieces and more creative stuff for what we have here. Because although there's no reason you couldn't just replicate these plates, these wedge plates under here. There's no reason. And then if you've got tiles here, you can just do inverted tiles. These can be plates, it doesn't matter, or just, or whatever. They don't have to be exact, but at least make an effort. So, I know who Giga Chad is. I just don't get why he's your new father. UCS coming. Yeah, I wish. That actually would be something they would do. They would do a UCS T6 before they would do a UCS that everybody wants. Just to say they've done it, but then also not do it quite right. And it just upset everybody. My guess is we'll get another UCS Millennium Falcon before we get a new ship. I'm really glad they did the Venator, and I can't wait to get it. But I think the next one's probably... I mean, I heard another... Well, no, I don't know if I actually heard or not. Maybe it was just a rumor about a new TIE Interceptor for 2024, May the 4th. But I have no idea. I haven't officially heard anything, so I don't know. It would make sense. They redid the X-wing. It would make sense that they redo the TIE Interceptor. They could do a TIE Bomber. They could do a TIE Defender. Those are all canon and in shows. I don't know why they can't, But let's do another X-wing and another Millennium Falcon. University of Southern California at Millennium Falcon Park. We so need a UCS Nebulon frigate. Oh, like yesterday we needed that, but we got the 75th. Not 50th. Was it 50th anniversary? Yeah, like how the last couple of years we got the 50th anniversary Empire Strikes Back. No, 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back. How old am I? I'm 50. Empire Strikes Back came out when I was 7. So it would have been 40th anniversary. Ugh, time's a flat circle. We got that thing instead, which was like a Target exclusive or whatever it was. And everyone went, okay, MIDI scale. I gotcha. That's cool. Please tell me that's not the only thing you're doing with this ship in the history of ever. That also reminds me, I think I know I've been really heavy on the Horizon Zero Dawn builds lately, but I do recognize that I should probably get back in some microfighters, because that's what I started doing, and I really should get back into doing some more of those. I don't know if I'm bringing the microfighters to Brick Rodeo this year. I think that might just be too much for me. Because we'll be doing Mars Base, which I'll have 3 or 4 boxes of that. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, which hopefully will be a huge display if I can get it done. But I don't know how big that's going to be yet. It might be several. Ideally, it was going to be like 3x4 base plates, but maybe more like 4x5 base plates. Going to do this 3 times. So I just don't have any idea. And then I was going to do the Q2 stadium, and then the UT Tower. So there's going to be a lot. I'll be bringing a lot if I do all this. Luckily, take care, Mayo. Thanks for coming by. I'm assuming they want this. They don't spell that out, though. Okay. I am assuming, and the castle. Well, the castle's 1 box for me. I didn't do a whole lot with the castle, but I would like to maybe modify the castle a little bit so it's a little more personalized, because I just brought the basic last time, and it felt like that was already done. That's not right. That's not right either. These are different things. It felt kind of not vanilla, but very kind of I could have tried harder with it, but it was kind of last minute. But I do want to do that. We need to have somebody help organize that a little bit, make sure that we've got a good layout, because we don't have a central keep anymore. So hopefully we can get somebody that has a good, nice, big building to put in the middle of it. And then there's going to be probably the 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need that last one down here. Can't use my teeth. Take this one off. There's only 3. I feel like there's more to this than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. These are cool. Cool pieces in that color. If you wanted to get more of these flowers just to get these, that's pretty hip. Oh, what was I going to say? There is also going to be the photo booth. But that's everybody bring your own kind of ahead of time or to a meeting and then give it to Lasso. That's going to be a May meeting. We're going to do Texas shapes again. We've got enough new people, and I think people who have done it since last time. And we've got base plates to hand out, so we'll do that. How many do I need to make of this? Times 3. Okay. So that'll be fun. I'm just trying to think of all. I may have to make separate trips back home to get all my stuff, is what I'm saying. Even with Beth's car, maybe with Beth's car and my car, we can make a couple trips. See if she'll help out. Hopefully by then she can have some time off to help, but I don't want to have her do anything during the week when she's supposed to be working. And I haven't signed up for any of those mocks yet, so I'm still debating. So the whole point was that all that, and then like several boxes for the microfighters. And the microfighters, the problem with that I may have to like have my kid help me set one of them up and be like, hey, can you take off on July 4th and help me go set up? Because while I'll be working on Mars base and Horizon stuff, I will also need to try to set up microfighters, which takes almost all day. You got to take there's 60 of them. I got to take each one of them out of a plastic bag, make sure they're all together, put them up on a table. Table's got a certain way it goes up. So they may not make it this year. We'll have to see. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing. Plus whatever else the chairs need to help with to get going. Probably need to set up a trivia somewhere. I think everybody liked trivia last time. This is what I was missing. That's right. There we go. So 3 and 3. Okay. Oh, well, that's a step they didn't tell me to do. Yep. Okay, right then. Just then. Extra plant leaf. Or plant stems. So if anybody knows a good person to do, I mean, I hate to say this, a good person to build a giant castle between now and July, let me know. We do have a person, I don't know if you met her, James, at our meeting, our holiday meeting. The lady who had the big island of Minecraft, not Minecraft, Animal Crossing Lego movie island. But I put her in touch with Ryan to help plan or plot the Mars base because she looked like she was on top of the planning. I mean, with the laminated cards and everything. So I was like, tell you what, who could use some help with this is probably, because Ryan's already got some stuff started for the Mars base, so I'm just going to let them kind of work together. And if they need help, I'll jump in. Let's see if these will all fit. I may have to get a different pot for those, but there you go. There's the tulips. Does this have a barcode on it? It does not. Okay, so these are older than the barcode. But these are newer, so we'll do... These are newer, so this might have a barcode. She was super nice. Like, I was shocked she wasn't in from before. Oh, this doesn't have a barcode either. Interesting. Thought it would. This actually has, like, numbered bags. That's funny. All right, this is set... 40647. So let's go back. 40647. Instructions. These are in the way now. There we go. Maybe right there. Just off to the side. These stems are a little bigger, so hopefully if they don't have leaves, I can kind of stick them in the pot too. I might need a bigger pot or vase, a wider necked vase. Some very pleasing pink color here. This is the official pink. Also dark pink, but then also whatever would be called magenta or something. also these pieces. I like these pieces. Good for engine greebling. It's going to be insanely fast to put together if they're splitting it out by bag. So, James, how many Dreams sets did you end up with? Did Dove end up with? I got mine from Bart. The stable. Dreams Stables. And I don't know what the other one was that she found. Didn't think I wanted any of those. Was it? Wasn't Lord of the Rings. It was it Minecraft? Nice. These in pink. I'm never going to use that color, but it's nice to know that for flowers they're making different colors. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know Bart got a few. I got 2 of them from him, so it should be a pretty nice draft. We will see everybody in January, a week before the meeting. $15, huh? Oh my goodness. Endgame. That's what it was. That's not too bad. If anybody, I didn't realize it was an endgame thing. I probably would have got it if it had all those figures. I didn't realize that. If anybody ends up with extra, I might see if I could talk them into that. A horse with no bridle. Okay. It is part of the endgame set. A horse with no bridle. Man, speaking of Bart, that post of his on the Facebook group is just blowing up. I've stopped like trying to moderate the comments. I don't know where it got linked, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, that'll be 15 because that. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. I mean, I'm kind of helping moderate it, so it's like me and Will and Lasso and Glenn, and I think what's his name that used to be in our group and now is in Florida or something. But it's just the Wild West. It's all anybody wants to do is join it to sell stuff. That's all they want to do. So I've tried to like once a week go, all right, it's Mock Monday. What have you guys been building? Because the only thing that anybody ever posts ever is I want to sell this, or my kid wants to buy this, or, you know, it's just turned into a big commerce group. Kind of a bummer. Plus, it's not technically just us. It's all of Texas, so. So Bart posted his Charlie Brown tree. And it's getting a lot of comments, and the problem is the comments come across as requests to join the group, but it's a request to join the group where people, they won't see their comment unless it's approved, but the request to join the group bypasses the questions that people are usually asked when they want to join the group. So all I see is 20 people requested to join the group in a couple days. And I freak out and go, really? And then I go look, and it's all these people just wanting to comment on that picture. And I'm like, well, all you people are in New York and California, and you're not part of the. Anyway, so I just decline them all. And I feel bad. And I told Bart, I'm like, sorry, man. I know that you're getting a lot of recognition, but it's just random people wanting to comment on your trees. Like, no, that's fine. I had one person comment today, can I please be part of this group so I'm in the UK, but I really like this group. And I'm like, but you're a company that sells stuff. No. I don't care if you really like our group or not. You're not in Texas. You're not part of any of our lugs. I hate to be a gatekeeper about it, as someone has accused me of being, but I'm like, you're not in Texas. I'm very, very sorry. Well, I got one comment that was like, I live in whatever city outside of Dallas or something, let's say. And they're like, what's your favorite... Oh, no. It was, what's your favorite Lego set? And it was any that my kid likes. And I'm like, what? And then it says, I'm in Oklahoma, or I'm in Kansas or something like that. My kid is in Austin. I'm like, but you're not. Have your kid join then. Well, in the Discord, I feel like at least, yeah, because I think the Discord invite is on the Facebook group. So we could probably do that. Just be like, if you make it to the meeting, here's our Discord invite. I'm sure we could come up with better ways to handle the attendance in the group, kind of in general, so we can kind of weed out a lot of these I really want to join, but I don't live anywhere near you guys kind of people. It's like, well, then move to Texas. I don't understand what the problem is. It's a Texas user group. The only reason you'd want to join us and not live here is if you got stuff to sell. And we've got a rule against that. This isn't a selling thing. Some people just don't get it. Yeah, move to Texas and build with us. Exactly. We're nice people. Austin's a great place. Well, Austin has been a great place. Not saying it's bad now, just I know it's been a good place before. It's going to be extra. Yeah, I may message the moderators of the Facebook group and be like, can we just turn this moderation off and remove the fact that there's lugs involved, and just say this is an unmoderated group for people who live in Texas, who like Lego, has nothing to do with the lugs themselves. If you would like to join the lug, please come to one of our meetings. Here's all of our websites. And then just kind of let it go. and be like, I'm done moderating. If you want to post here, great. We can like let it be, you can sell whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, but it's not moderated anymore. It's just kind of like all I'm doing is accepting and declining posts, and I think Will got into it with somebody who wanted to like be all religious about something they posted, and just not worth it. All right, one more, and then we're done for the day, which is cool. It's a Tech Slug fanboy group. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely a Bart fanboy group for this week. I've got so many empty boxes right now. I don't know. Well, so many. I've got 5. Stuff I've built that I need to take to the trash. Just let it sit and pile up. Trash run here afterwards. So yeah, next week or next Thursday, before we cut this short, Vab and Johnny and I, and hopefully Kodiak, go FFA, and he can get himself us publicity. FFA. Oh, really, Vab? Nobody wants to talk? Ours was like that for a while. It was kind of dead and, free for all, yeah. Yeah, and he's in control of that, so I may be like, hey, guys, what say you to just letting this go, and we can focus on our own groups, like email group and Discord, or whatever you've got going on. We can have links to us if you want to join in the real world, but like the Facebook group becomes kind of unmoderated. So what I was going to say is that Thursday will be our giveaway charity event. Hopefully I will, and just me and Vab and Johnny and Kodiak. I'm just going to assume Kodiak can make it until told otherwise. Not a lug, not anything like that. Just the 4 of us. Johnny's got a set aside to give away. I've got a set aside to give away. And for every, and this is just something I came up with, but let's say for every $5, you get 1 entry. So if you donate $20, you get 4 entries. So we'll have to kind of keep track. We'll have a moderator keep track of it somehow. And I know a couple of people are moderators on my chat. We'll have them help keep track of who's contributed what. And at the top of the hour, we make a couple spins and people win stuff. So I just have to kind of figure out how to, I'd like to have it, the funds immediately go to the charity and not have me involved, like not have me as the middleman, because that's just to be a little more transparent. But also be able to see like who's donating. Not really. I mean, I guess you could keep it anonymous, but like, I think it'd be cool if like so and so donated $20 or whatever. I think that'd be fun. And I'm sure the words giveaway and Lego will get a lot of people in as long as I start promoting it right away. So I'll have to have something up pretty soon in terms of scheduling. But so Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. And if we want to go longer, we can. If we want to maybe start earlier, I can change it. But I think that's fine. Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably start at 7 p.m. Central. So it's 8 Eastern for the 2 of you guys. So it's not too late. Plus, if we wanted to go a little longer, then we could. If we wanted to do 3 sets, I could scare up another. I think I've got a couple other old sets I could scare up to give away. I've got Christmas ornaments I don't really need. I can give the Christmas ornaments away. Yeah, we could do that. But again, I'd like to make sure that I get all the technology working properly so I can get an overlay so I can see what people are doing, be able to interact with people properly, and that all the donations go directly to the chosen organization, which is going to be the Trevor Project. That is a one that is kind of close and dear to my heart, so we're going to do that. So hopefully that'll be fun. And then that'll be it for Christmas. Like, I don't think I'll do anything. Well, Sunday morning I might do something. I've got the Ghost. I can work on the Ghost. I could do some designs because Sunday's going to be Christmas Eve. Yeah, I hope it goes well too. I think it'll be fun. I hope we get some donations. I'm not looking to raise a certain number. Like, you know, we're not here to raise $1,000 or $500, but if we can get $100 or something like that, that'd be all right. Hopefully enough to like cover the fact that we've got a couple sets we're kicking in, but that's kind of not the point. So make sure to tell all your friends about this channel. Make sure they get them to subscribe and turn the notifications on so that when we do go live this Thursday, they'll know about it. They can come join and donate. The more the merrier. Literally that time of year when you do stuff like this, so that would be much appreciated. I'll do my part to try to get the word out, but it's like most things. I've been doing this for 6 years, probably coming up on 7. And I think it turns into noise for some people after a while. So it's hard to get new eyeballs in here to look at something even when you're trying something new. But we'll get it working. We'll hopefully get some publicity on it, get some people to donate, and everything will be cool. And it'll be a very Merry Christmas. So there's your flowers. We got 2 new flowers for the vase to go with the daisies. We've got some tulips. And some, what was the other ones? Tulips and what? It doesn't say. It just says building toy. One of these says tulips. Nope. Oh yeah, lotus flower and tulips. So the big ones that I just did are the lotus flowers. These 2. And then we've got tulips. It's a nice little bouquet of flowers. Might organize these a little better so that you can see each one. I'm not a florist, but gotta make sure to get a good spread. So there we go. All right. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you for being here. If I don't see you before, and we also worked on this, so make sure to get this in here. If you have anything you'd like to contribute for Sunday, if you got a set you want to donate, maybe we could do every half hour. That'd be great. Just let me know. You can ping me on Discord or Instagram. I'll make sure to post some things during the week on my community tab so everybody can know what's going on. But yeah, so have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.